I'm Tayla, a singer-songwriter currently living in Sydney, originally from Adelaide, and today I'm here to talk about my JUNO-DS and play you a few songs. I've had my Juno for about 2 years now. I bought it in 2020 during lockdown. So my first impressions were, oh my goodness, this thing can do everything. When I initially went to the music store to buy a keyboard, I was just looking for a plain Jane keyboard with a piano sound. So when I got home and started looking through all the banks and realizing how many cool sounds I had to play with, I was absolutely ecstatic. Yeah, so this Juno has definitely inspired quite a few of my songs. I used to be a acoustic guitar player mainly, so when I got the keys, I started writing a lot more synthy pop sort of sounding songs. Lost on You, one of the songs I played for you today, was completely inspired by the Juno. I had a chord progression that I really liked, so I started fiddling around with the chords, found this really cool harp sound, and I just went along with it and made it the main basis of the song.
I'm lost on you, I'm lost on you, I'm lost on. I'm laying in your warm gaze, baby. You're here to be adored.
Following lines. Another song I'm playing today is also heavily inspired by the Juno. I guess the sounds on this keyboard have just allowed me to delve into a more dreamy, ominous, mysterious sort of world with my songwriting. So it's been lots of fun to experiment and use it as a way to get a different sound out of what I'm doing.
Feel you pulling away, and so I let it go. The tide follows the sand, reaches the shore. Here we are again, a magnetic force. I am hoping you will always come home. This is our home.
Using the Juno for live shows, it's really, really handy as a keyboard on stage because you can save all of your sounds that you're using into a bank as a favorite sound. So when I'm playing live, I just number them all up. You have 9 slots here to use, and you can just switch to whatever one you need to use for each song. Another really cool feature on it is that you can actually load your backing tracks into the keyboard. So sometimes I'll just grab a USB, pop it in the back, and you can do the same on your little sample pad here and play your backing tracks. So this is really great. If I can't get my band for the day, I can just bring my keyboard along and it does everything for me. How far in am I to exploring every sound? Look, it takes a long time. I've spent a lot of time just sitting here and figuring things out. I would say I'm maybe halfway in, like enough so when I'm writing, if I have a particular sound in mind that I want to use, I can just flick through to it, like a particular synth or electric keyboard. But in terms of its functions as well, I would say I'm like a quarter of the way in because you can do a whole bunch of looping stuff and load samples onto it. So it feels like it's an endless journey with this keyboard. So I think give me a few more years and I'll be a pro.